Hello everyone, Leo here. As promised, today is the 1st of September, my first day back at work, so I just wanted to discuss what happened in the last month during my vacation and what went right and what went wrong, and both on the practical side and the mental side of things, I guess. So just to start off and give context to this whole thing, I started off at 210 kilos body weight. And I got down to 87.7 at my lowest 1 month ago. This morning I weighed in at 94.2 kilos after my vacation, so I gained 6.5 kilos in the last month. So yeah, let's talk about that. First of all, I had planned to allow myself to gain some weight and some fat on vacation, okay? I was gonna be in Italy for about 3 weeks of the 4 weeks that I had off from work. I was gonna enjoy some good meals. I made my peace with going up a little bit. My goal was to stay within the range of maximum 93 kilos, so I didn't fully manage that. I got to 94.2. I wasn't too far off, so I'm not too unhappy about the result itself. I just want to give you though some idea of how I achieved these results, how other results could have happened, and so on and so on. Could it have gone better? Yeah, it could have gone better. Could have this gone like much worse? Yeah, it could have gone much worse. And I think that's actually what I want to talk about mostly. It's hard to explain to someone who hasn't experienced it the levels of food drive, appetite, and hunger that someone like me can experience. If you are someone who has been over 200 kilos, over like 450 pounds or something like that, your hunger signaling is through the roof, okay? So me gaining 6.5 kilos was me actually working hard and trying my best not to gain weight. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the way that it is. So if I just ate freely what I wanted every day during my vacation, I could have easily gained 15 kilos or more in 1 month. No problem. Maybe 20. But 15 easy. 15 easy. So what I was doing while I was on vacation, I was trying to find a balance, right? So I was trying to enjoy good meals with my family and friends, and I did that. I had a good time. I enjoyed some good meals, but I was also I did when it comes to physical activity, it was very mixed. I had a few days when I walked very far, but I had also many days when I didn't do much activity at all. I did a few lifting sessions during my vacation, but they were more sporadic, so not the same routine that I usually do when I'm here in Sweden. So the physical activity has been lower than usual. When it comes to food, I didn't eat any breakfast during the time I was there. What I did for breakfast is just had a protein shake, basically the same way that I do when I'm here in Sweden. If I had a big meal for lunch, then I would either skip dinner or have a very small meal for dinner. If I knew I was going to have a big dinner, then I would skip lunch or have something very small for lunch. And that's the way I've been doing it. So, and doing that, I gained 6.5 kilos, right? I think it's you probably don't believe me if I tell you that even with what I've been doing, even with gaining weight, I still felt hungry. So I want to be upfront about that. So the reality for me is that even being at a clear caloric surplus, because of course if I gain weight I've been at a surplus, and I know I've eaten some very tasty and very calorie dense food while on vacation, but even while doing that I could still feel hungry and wanted more. And the next thing is that after having eaten a bit more during those weeks in Italy, coming back home to Sweden and going back into a calorie deficit has given me an extreme hunger level the last like 10 days or so. And this is why I think that you probably cannot do this unless you really want to do it. And I do. So I want to be clear about that. So I'm not like torturing myself. I'm not, and nobody's forcing me to do the things that I'm doing. But when it comes to, I've done several parts of this weight loss journey, right? And I've been walking a lot, for example. That's been a big part of my journey. And yeah, that's hard. Yes. I have been lifting weights and doing some very high volume lifting sessions. That is also hard. Nothing of that compares to dealing with hunger. It's on another level. So that's why I think that nobody can really fully motivate you or push you to do something like this. So the only way that you will succeed with a huge weight loss journey or with a transformation like this is that there is something really that you are chasing, that you want to achieve with your life, and that you really care about. I've chosen to be very open, and yeah, um, I know that people maybe don't talk openly about what they dream about, what they want to do, and so on. But I've chosen to do that, and what I want to do with my life still is that I would really like to build a stable, happy family environment, right? I want to find someone, I want to build a family, I want to do it right. And of course, there is no guarantee that I can achieve that. There's no guarantee that I will find the right person. There's no guarantee that even after that, everything will go well, because I know there is a lot of challenges in relationships. There is a lot of challenges in raising children. There is a ton of things that can go wrong still, many steps of the way. But I've tried to use a picture of a life I would like for myself as the motivation to keep going and to do the things that I'm doing. Nobody could successfully force me to do this long term. You might be able to push someone maybe to do diet and exercise for a period of time, but if they don't really want to do it, then it's not going to happen, and they will probably get back to even worse shape than before. That has happened to me before. So in previous attempts, I've just gotten back to my old routines and gotten even bigger and so on and so on, because I was trying to do my weight loss to kind of please others, and that's never gonna work. So now for myself, I have a pretty good plan of how to handle what happened in the last month. So right now I'm doing a mini cut, as I will call it. So I'm at a calorie deficit again. I'm doing high physical activity, and I'm gonna lose these few kilos that I've put on, and I'm gonna get back to about 87, 88 kilos first of all, and probably that will take me about 6 weeks. It might take 8, but somewhere in that range. Once I've done that, then I will start focusing on building muscle because I still want to get stronger, and that will be the next challenge because I will have to be at the calorie surplus and watch the scale go up a little bit at a time. So I will be probably very careful with that still to keep my mind in check. But it will be a next phase of this for me. So yeah. All in all, did I have a great vacation? Yes, I had a great vacation. I had a great time with family. I had a great time with friends, and I'm happy about how it went. Even though I didn't exactly stay within my goal range with my weight, fine. Then I have to work a bit harder now, and that's okay. That's okay. I will do that. But I want to make it clear that dealing with hunger is the hardest part of this. The rest is not easy, but it's easier in comparison. So if you're planning to do something like this for yourself, just make sure that you really want to do it and you're not doing it for someone else. And you're not doing it because someone tells you that you should do it. Because when things get really hard, the only way you will keep going is if you know that you chose to do this. So I think that's all I had to say for today. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.